Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for November 2023. We're just going to jump right in here, Aries, and see what is going on for you. You have this orphan card and this never-ending story card. So obviously, whatever this story is, I would end it. Some of you, this could be a person that you've gone back to multiple times. It could just be just some sort of never-ending story that exists in your life. We're going to have to see if it comes to an end or what if it's coming to an end just in general here. What I would say is this does look good because you have the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So if you are experiencing or have been experiencing a never-ending story in some area of your life, the Seven of Cups would tell me that you're kind of opening up to your options or you're opening up to new options. And the Ace of Cups would also say that you're kind of like following your heart. The Ace of Cups could be new love, of course, but Ace of Cups is something that causes your heart to overflow. It is something that you could do, all day long as well. It can just represent, an endless source of energy. And I feel for a lot of you, that's what you're trying to get to in your life. Again, you are born so close to Taurus. I think I said this to you in your last reading as well, that it wouldn't surprise me if some of that Taurian, Uranus and Taurus, Jupiter and Taurus energy was really rubbing off on you in a much bigger way. And so what that means is that you could have like more of a craving for freedom, which I think everyone does because of those two planets in Taurus. And it's only expanded since Jupiter went into Taurus. Uranus and Taurus alone kind of makes us want to set ourselves free in life. But for you, since you're born, right there before Taurus, it makes sense to me that a lot of you could be feeling it on a stronger, deeper level. And so again, you are, if something is making you feel restricted or if it's a never-ending story, you're probably going to want to leave it. You have the King of Cups here. And the King of Cups is interesting because he has this boat right here, and it's kind of hard to see, but that boat is very specific in the tarot. It represents like a time where our ancestors would get on boats and they wouldn't really know where they were going. They would just get, hope that they would run into land, right? And so I feel for a lot of you, this could say that you are going on this new adventure. You have this Eight of Wands here as well. So it's like you're aiming in new directions in your life, and maybe you don't know what the outcome is, but I feel like you're more tapped into your emotions. The King of Cups has very deep emotions. I almost feel that this is how you are showing up in the reading. Yes, I understand that you're not a water sign. But what I would say is I kind of feel this is the energy that you are embracing at this time, like very tapped in to what you are feeling more so than maybe more than you normally are. And you have the Ace of Cups here as well. So again, more focused on things that cause you to overflow. I mean, this is the best cheat hack of the century, right? If you want to be, a billionaire playboy philanthropist in the future, this is how you do it right here is Ace of Cups, is you pay attention to the things that are working in your life that cause you to overflow. The things, I wouldn't necessarily say they have to be easy, but, are there things that you work on that provide a bigger bang for your buck? And if the answer is yes, do more of those things. I know it sounds simple, but again, do more of the things that cause your heart to overflow, that make you happy, that bring joy, desire, creativity, that make you feel creative as well. It's like if you're doing something that gives you creative ideas, do more of it, right? It's like I always say, I go for a walk every single day, and that is kind of like my meditative creative time, but it leads to creativity because I'm always like listening to some audiobook which will give me ideas for like something else, right? So I like lately I've been doing more of it because of this energy right here. So if there are things that you do that make you feel creative, like I said, fill your heart, whatever, do more of it. You have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice. I feel like there are a lot of options, coming in for you, and this could be in any area of your life, really. I kind of feel like you're afraid of repeating something here with the Nine of Swords, although it looks pretty good. The reading itself looks pretty good, just in general, minus the never-ending story card. The Nine of Swords is literally the never-ending story card. Nine of Swords is a never-ending story. But I kind of feel like new options are where it's at for you. And so I would, again, I would be focusing on new stuff. Let's see. With the King of Cups, you have the Page of Wands here. I think I said adventure on the King of Cups, and sorry, Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is enthusiastic, so he really moves towards his enthusiasm, things that make him feel enthusiastic. With the Seven of Cups, you have the World, again, adventure. I think I've said it to you a million times. Wouldn't surprise me if you were moving over the next couple of years. Again, you just have good astrology for moving. So, it wouldn't surprise me if you decided to like move or travel or, find a new place where you feel less restricted. It's like, the stuff I see for Aries is like you could be, moving from the city to the, to the woods, right? You could be going the other way as well. It's like some people feel more free in the city because it's like everything is right around you, right? You don't have to drive 10 hours to get somewhere. So, it's different for everyone. But again, it wouldn't surprise me if like that is the type of change you're making, is like more extreme if you're moving, like I said, from city to rural or rural to city. Take it how it resonates. But there you go. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Justice card here. You have the Justice card twice. You've been all up in Libra's business. I get I get like 20 angry Libra comments every single day about how like I would never date an Aries again, blah 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 blah. Don't worry about those Libras because I'll be selling them Chris's cat food in the future. Trust me. It's like I've had this channel for over 9 years now. And I still have people from the very beginning that are like, I'd never date an Aries, and they're still leaving that same comment, right? So, again, if you judge people based off your sun sign, you're going to end up single and buying Chris's cat food from chrisscatfood.com coming soon, right? But what I would say here, and I'm also starting Chris's boxed wine as well, but that's another story. We'll get there. And what I would say is, again, could be a Libra that's coming in for you. This could also just say that you are literally experiencing justice because in this next row for the unexpected, you have this thief in this judication card here. Literally could be dealing with something legal. And again, I would say if you are in a legal matter, I feel like if you are in a legal matter, you're already in it. And this to me would just say justice. Could be with a person, who stole something from you. Or it could be with a person who you feel kind of stole something from you. Maybe they stole your happiness or whatever. If you are not involved in something legal, clearly there is just more joy and happiness coming in here. You have the Eight of Wands, Sun, and the Justice card. And so again, maybe you've just been having a hard time with the people in your life in general. And again, I feel there's like some sort of social change that's going on for you. The Eight of Wands is my card of socializing in the tarot. So a lot of you could be more social, but again, I kind of just feel there's just better social energy like for you. And that's really all I'm getting off of this Eight of Wands is that just there's better social energy that's becoming available to you and, whatever. I think it's like leading to more happiness or something like that. So there you go. You have the Sun. The Sun is, of course, a card of joy and happiness. I also feel, by the way, I feel there could be good news coming in for you with that Eight of Wands, but it could be in a legal matter. So if you're dealing with a legal matter, this could be legal good news. For others, I do feel it could be other types of good news, especially with the Sun here. The Sun is a card of moving towards your happiness. I feel like you need to work to have more happiness going this way. Yes, we don't just get to be happy. I say it all the time that I personally believe, like I wouldn't want to be happy all the time because like when I'm not happy, it motivates me to do other things, right? So I think that not being happy all the time is a good thing. The lack of happiness is a thing that can, make us create more happiness or do more things. The problem is most people just sit in their misery. They don't actually try to become happy. So what I would say here going this way is I feel you have a lot of opportunity here to, bring more joy, happiness, abundance into your life. And, if I'm still around on YouTube for the next 50 years, that I'm going to keep repeating that because, just the time that we're in. We're in a crazy ass time, and definitely for the next 20 years, Pluto and Aquarius, it's like our one focus should be to bring more joy, happiness, love, abundance, all those good things into the world. The more we do that, the more we create it, the more other people create it, the better it'll be. And then we can get out of the mess that we're in. So there you go. You have the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect. Again, I would pay attention to cause and effect, but again, I do feel that it is just talking about justice coming in for you at this time. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Knight of Pentacles here. I feel like someone's been holding back here. If you want love, by the way, I would start communicating with people, obviously. Knight of Pentacles is like worrying too much or worried about the outcome. I don't know. Those are the words I have popping into my head is like, you're worried about the outcome or what will happen or something. Like, so if you're like worried in a friend, if you're interested in a friend is what I was trying to say, and you're worried, about talking to them, I always tell people, it's like, are you just going to continue living a lie? It's the same thing, like back in the day when I used to do readings, like my most important, like the question that I would get the most is, should I contact this person? And this right here would be a classic yes. And I used to say to people all the time, it doesn't matter what the cards say, right? It's like, are you just going to continue to think about it and just let it like consume your thoughts about like, oh, do I text this person? Should I tell this person I like them? Blah, 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 blah. And like, you're just driving yourself crazy. It's like, just rip the Band-Aid off. And it's like, who cares? It's like, at least you're not living a lie. If you tell a person and they're not interested, it's like, it's like, yeah, it's awkward. Yeah, it's embarrassing. But at least you had the freaking balls to do it in the first place. To me, I have a lot of respect for people that like do stuff like that aren't aren't afraid to ask their friends out or, whatever, right? Because it's like, at least they had the guts to do it, So, that's what I'd say here. It's like you're better than 99% of the population. So someone definitely needs to hear that. If you're interested in a friend or whatever, it could be an earth sign that you're interested in, by the way, then I would say go for it. And not only, number one, I feel like they're interested in you. The interesting thing is you have the speculation card coming up next. There's two people on that card. I'll show you in a minute, but it's kind of like speculating whether someone is interested or not. And I feel like someone needs to make a move here. With the Sun, you have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. I really feel we are in a time of justice. I mean, I say it in every single reading as well, that justice is cause and effect. We really need to make sure that we're putting energy into things that give energy back to us. If we pay attention to that, we'll be crazy successful. If we don't, we'll waste a bunch of time. With the Justice card, here you go. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you could be getting a settlement. If you're like waiting for a settlement, if you're waiting for a settlement, if you're waiting for, a payout, a legal payout, insurance payout, this could definitely be that. This could also be an inheritance as well. I do feel that. Ten of Pentacles is a card of inheritance, but I don't always feel that it's necessarily talking about an inheritance. So, again, a lot of you could be getting a settlement. Ten of Pentacles, again, it's funny because Taurus always gets this card as well. And Ten of Pentacles is about building, leaving a legacy. I think everybody alive right now should be very focused on building something big picture in their life, whether it's like a project, a business, something bigger than you. If you do that, you'll be secure for a very long time. And that's why I would do it. Plain and simple. You have this eccentricity card and the speculation card. Yeah, you could be interested in a person who is eccentric. You could be interested in a person who kind of stands out. The speculation card is, again, I feel like you are speculating. I feel for those of you that want love, you have your eye on a person. You're like, I wonder if this person would be interested in me. Or, I keep getting friend off the Eight of Wands. So, it definitely could be a friend of yours that you're interested in. Definitely could be an earth sign for sure. It could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, a Libra, a Capricorn, someone, or it could be a person who has those signs in their chart. But, I'm leaning towards earth just based off the reading. Take out what resonates. Or Libra. But the eccentricity card is like, says this person could live life on their own terms. And I feel like you're wondering about it, but I do feel this person is interested. The other thing is that I feel like some of you, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Six of Swords, could be speculating that something is going to be successful in the future. Eight of Pentacles can represent working on something and, just kind of like hoping that your hard work is going to pay off in the future. I always say that this card to me represents material success on the horizon. So, it basically represents more money coming in the future. And I feel like some of you are kind of like speculating on some work that you're doing that something is going to be more successful in the future. And I kind of feel like this is saying that it will be. So, don't be afraid to put work into whatever you're working on. You have the Nine of Swords here. Nine of Swords is a never-ending story. So I feel for a lot of you, this could represent needing to end some sort of never-ending story in your life, which you have that never-ending story card. What I would say is that something could be a comfort zone here. You have this comfort blanket on your lap. And, I always say the reason I don't like the Nine of Swords, to me it's the worst card in the tarot really, is because it can represent being in a place in your life where it's like your life isn't necessarily painful or painful enough to make a change, but you kind of need to make a change. It's kind of, I look at tarot as a spectrum, so obviously you're all different. Things might not be bad. Things could be good. You could be rolling in it. You could be making $100,000 a month, right? And but maybe you've been making that amount for the last 2 years, and it's like you've never gone up, you've never gone down, and it's like it kind of says that you're at this plateau and there's no growth. And, trust, every time I say this, I always get some bows on the comments. It's like, why can't you just be happy with a certain amount? Why do you always have to be working towards success? I'm like, okay, go live in a cave, do whatever you want, right? But we are humans. I believe we're meant to grow as much as possible, have as many new experiences as possible. We're here to be explorers, right? We're here to explore new ideas. So it's like, if you're always doing the same, then, technically you're not growing. Also, if you, with inflation and all that other stuff, you're really not making the same amount of money. So Nine of Swords to me says that there needs to be something that causes you to grow in some area of your life. Could be anything. And it's not necessarily so much about, grinding, it's, or hustling in life, or just, it's more about improving. And so I feel a lot of you that there are some improvements that you could make But again, maybe things aren't painful enough. So I would just say, like, is there an area of your life you want to improve? I would improve it. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. So I feel like there are good things, just improvements coming in for you. Life is definitely improving for you just in general. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Six of Wands here. What did I thought I saw something else, but I guess not. But anyway, Six of Wands, card of a victory and success. Again, if you are imagining that something that you're putting work into specifically is going to be successful, I feel like this is a big yes from the universe. This could be you, working on a project, a business. You could be writing a book. Whatever you're doing doesn't matter. If you're putting energy into something, I think that it's going to be this is like a big yes, is what I'm getting. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles, all the reasons you can't do it right here. So the Five of Pentacles, Nine of Swords basically says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. There are always a million reasons not to do something, right? But, if there's one good reason to do something, I would do it because it's probably going to turn out successfully for you. I also do believe we're in a time of resourcefulness. So, maybe you have to tap into your resources or something, but I see success here no matter what. With the Six of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords. Do not go back to the past. Whenever I get something like this, right, where the Six of Swords is going this way, which is towards the future, the Knight of Swords traditionally would be going this way towards the past. And I always say whenever I get like a future card and then a past card, to me, the Knight of Swords, when it comes up like this, can say that you're about to get to the finish line, and before you get to the finish line, you're turning around and you're going all the way back to the, the starting line. It's kind of like one of those energies of like checking that you're going in the right direction. The problem with that is you're going all the way back to the beginning. You're not continuing to move forward. So, don't run away from things. And if you're getting closer to success and things are getting harder, I would keep pushing, get help from other people, right? You don't have to carry these burdens on your own. Especially if you're working on a project, you might get to a point where you're like, can I go further? Or, maybe you're, afraid to expand or whatever. And the Knight of Swords says, keep going. You're like very close to the finish line, especially with that Six of Swords as well. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Gaia card says, trust the universe has a better plan than you do. Yes, especially if you are, kind of letting something go, ending a never-ending story. I'm not even getting anything specific. For some of you, I don't think it's anything specific. I think that what the never-ending story is your story. Maybe you're just life in general. Maybe you just keep doing the same things over and over and over again, and you're trying to change that. You have this card that says, if all you're doing is waiting for the really big moments, you won't value and appreciate the small ones. So small wins, I'm a big fan of small wins. Ever since Saturn went into Capricorn, I've been hyper-focused on small wins, which was back in 2016. So, again, and people always say to me as well, they're like, Saturn isn't in Capricorn anymore. I'm like, what do you think is going to happen in like 27, 26 years, whatever it is, when Saturn comes back to Capricorn? Saturn, like, looks at his watch. Is that like, did you do the work? Did you actually do what I told you to do 30 years ago? Or did you just twiddle your thumbs, right? So Saturn is a hard ass. And, again, yeah, I know that like 27 years, 26 years, whatever it is, I can't do math, right? Whatever it is, I know that's a long time away. But it's like if you work with the energy, you get the rewards, as I always say. So, I would be focusing on small wins. And again, I've been hyper focused on small wins. I literally do something to create a small win every single day of my life, and it's changed my life. And trust me, I'm no genius. So if I can do it, you can do it. Plain and simple. You have the Eight of Swords, Four of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things. The good news is it's coming up in the good stuff. So I feel like you are finding new ways and better ways to do things in life, and I would just keep, adding those things into your life. You have the Four of Pentacles here. Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords would tell me that you're letting go of a comfort zone, which is exactly what I feel the never-ending story card and the Nine of Swords is telling you to do. Again, it doesn't take like much work. I've been saying it for years. Like that's how I exploded my channel. 1% improvements. It's not like rocket science. Like I said, I'm definitely no genius. So if I can do it, you can do it. And just simply me going researching an idea and implementing it. Just that simple. And we're talking like tiny, tiny little changes. Nothing major. So that's what I'd be doing here. The Strength card, I feel like your hard work is paying off. It's you have the Eight of Pentacles and then that Strength card. It's like you've been working very hard towards something, and I feel like you're being rewarded for all the hard work that you're doing finally. With the with the Eight of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands. You do have the Eight of Wands twice, so quick success. Again, it's funny. Eight of Wands is my card of socializing. So again, this is where I feel like you could be interested in a friend, and the Eight of Wands is quick success. But you could be like socializing with a person, and they could be very interested in you. So, sorry, I would, communicate is what this is saying to me. Eight of Wands is also just quick success in general. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is a card of the Wounded Warrior, but again, in the area of the good stuff, it says you're not giving up, that you're kind of like pushing forward and creating more success in your life. With the Strength card, you have the Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor. I feel like there's a person that you're interested in here. It could be any sign. Earth, you have everything. You have earth, water, air. You have everything here. Fire. So it could be any sign, literally, that you're interested in. And I feel like this could be your Knight in Shining Armor. I feel like you've been very patient as well. For some of you, I'm wondering if you are wondering if this person is single. I'm wondering if this is, like, this gives me vibes of, like, you being interested in your best friend's brother, or sister, or something like that, right? It's like where you, like, kind of, like, have met a person, but you don't really know them, and you're just, like, wondering, kind of like one of those things. But I would F around and find out with this reading, because, again, I see this being a positive thing, not a, not a bad thing, just in general. So, let's see here. You have this Turkey card. It says someone behaving stupidly. Almost every single person this week has had something about people being, bozos. So, avoid the bozos. We have an avoid the bozo rule here. You have this Ear card. It says good news. Didn't I say good news? I'm pretty sure. So, I'm pretty sure I said good news in this second row. And there you go. Good news. You have this Spirit card. It says heartache over what you no longer have. Everybody, I'm telling you right now, that Libra eclipse is what I think really maybe pointed out something that we all have heartache over that we don't want to release. But it's like really like what we're holding on to is like a bunch of broken glass that's cutting us, when we could be like what's new, right? If we let go of it, is something much better. So, I feel like we need to let go of what is broken. I keep saying to everyone, we're in a time of things breaking. I mean, just look, banks collapsing, like all this stuff going on, right? And it's just the time that we're in. So instead of focusing on the breaking, we need to focus on the building part of it, right? Like let everything break, who cares? Focus on building something great. And trust me, you won't regret it. You have this Family Matters card again. Everybody's had a card about the family. I do feel like, there is stuff that's kind of pointing out more family stuff for people. You have this Wealth card, and again, I feel like you could be greatly increasing your wealth at this time. But this looks really good for you here, Aries. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it, and definitely enjoy your month.